everyone. Welcome to day 7 of the Vlogmas podcast, whatever we're calling it nowadays. I don't know. I get so just combobulated doing this. But the Yarny Goodness Vlogmas day 7. I don't have a lot to show you. I didn't put out one last night. Last night was my granddaughter's band concert, so there will be some band music being played. If you haven't seen it yet, it will be after this. So stick around and listen. She's in 6th grade, but they're doing great and they're learning a lot. And they sounded magnificent for second years. But hey, I don't have any knitting to show you. I really haven't been able to knit in the past couple of days between working and then the concert last night and then working today. I did a little bit of knitting, but nothing to show. But yeah. So it's just me checking in. But our Christmas question for the day is, what is your favorite Christmas thing? So, growing up, I've mentioned in previous episodes that my mom passed away last October. A year ago this past October. So, growing up, my mom had one of these trees. Not this particular one, because she made hers. She got into some ceramics, and her and her friends did girls' nights once a month or every 2 weeks or something like that. I don't remember what it was. But they got into ceramics, and she actually did hers. I'm going to grab it. Mine is not like hers. Mine is a little bit smaller than hers. Hers stood a lot, probably about that tall without the star, and the star was on top of it. So hers was a little bit bigger. And hers was in two pieces. Mine is one piece, but hers had a base with the light in it, and then the tree sat on top of it. And all of the little lights were removable. But sadly, it broke many years ago. I want to say it was back when my mom and dad got their divorce. So that would have been 27 years, something like that. I don't know. Might have been longer than that. Might have been longer than that. I don't remember. It's a blur from back then. So Mom had one of those. That went out every year at Christmas. It was not Christmas without that. And when it broke, it really bothered me, my sister, my mom. It bothered all of us. But we all got over it and forgot all about it. And so when Mom passed away, I wanted one for me and my sister, because that was a memory that we both had. So I sent her one up in Michigan, so we both have one. Then there was another thing, and it was this. It was another Santa or ceramic thing that my mom did. She says, because we had talked about it at some point, and she had said that she said she had Mr. and Mrs. Claus. I never remember a Mrs. Claus. And here I'm finding a picture of the Mrs. Claus. She's knitting, so I really need to have the Mrs. Claus, seriously. But this is one that they're already painted. They don't come this way. This is on Etsy. But you can paint them in any way you want to paint them. But he's like, Santa's winking, and Mom's was in red and white, like a traditional Santa. But she said she had Mrs. Claus, and I don't remember Mrs. Claus at all. She said she had Mrs. Claus, because I remember when he broke, I remember we talked about that as well. And she's like, yeah, but no, I don't ever remember there being a Mrs. Claus, only the Santa. And probably about 16 years ago, I found one, and here they are. They're not painted. So at some point, I'm probably going to be ordering those, and they're like $35 a piece, And then, you have to paint them yourself. So, let me see. Wait, there was something else that Mom had that I vaguely remember. And these are my favorite Christmas things, and they're things that I would like to have. And at some point we'll have. But I vaguely remember this. Because it seems like I remember, and Kelly, if you're watching, let me know if you remember. I remember playing with them kind of, and Mom yelling at me for playing with them that I was going to knock them together and break them. And of course they broke at some point. Just because, we didn't have them for very, but yeah, I remember those, and I need those too. I need all the things. You ever think that way, that you need all the things from your childhood that you remember? I had gone back and see, this is what Mom's looked like. It wasn't glossy, but that's what he looked like. And this is $112. I'm not paying, but that's $112 for him to come looking just like that. I'm not doing that. If I do it, I will buy it myself and paint it myself. But yeah, I want to know here down below what are your favorite Christmas items? What's something from your past that you remember that you want to have again? What do you need to have for it to be Christmas? Okay, leave me comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring the bell so you get the notifications when I post videos. I'm trying my best to do videos every day during Vlogmas. It's a little difficult, I'm not going to lie. But I'm doing my best to get that done. So I will talk with you guys later. There's band music either before or after. Stick around. Pay attention. Love you guys. Bye. Hello, guys. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the top 5 cardigans that I would like to knit in the new year. So, what I did was I went through Ravelry and I found some sweaters that they're all in my cart, because of course they are. And the first one is the Portage, and it's by Melissa Sassuary. I don't know if you'll be able to read that or not, if it'll be too small. And it's a cardigan, and it's DK, so it's 20 stitches and 4 inches. It's fairly size inclusive. There's a lot. They're measured in centimeters, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 different sizes maybe? Am I looking at that right there? All the different sizes? It doesn't say like inches, centimeters, but there's a slash there like it is, so I don't know. It might be. But still, even if there was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different sizes, that's still fairly size inclusive. And you can't see from the picture, but it's got these nice big pockets that are part of the ribbing, but they're not. You might have to look that up yourselves to actually see get the full. But I like it. From what I saw on the computer, I liked it. And so that will probably be going on the needles at some point in the future. I can't say near future because I'm sure I'll see a new bright and shiny before then. But one that I am going to do is this Chance of Showers by Heidi Kramer. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sizes. It is sport weight, so it's 24 stitches to 4 inches. And it looks like that. I'm trying to see where I'm at. Okay. Looks like that. I have a cruise coming up in May, and then I have another one in September. And it can get kind of breezy and cooler in the restaurants because, they keep the air conditioning blowing pretty cool. So I was thinking that would be nice to put over my sundresses that I've got to wear to dinners and just out and about. But I thought that would be really pretty. Make it in like a creamy color or black to go with all of my dresses. Because I learned from the first cruise, and I'm wearing sundresses this time. Then I've got the Ronin, which is an oldie but a goodie by Andrea Mowry. And so we know that one is size inclusive because Andrea is very size inclusive. This one is in worsted. She made hers out of Brooklyn tweed shelter. She published it in 2017, so not too old, but like I said, oldie but a goodie. And it's 16.5 stitches to 4 inches. But it's the same as like that Ronin, to where the pocket is right here and it goes all the way down like that. Is from what it looks like in like a ribbing style, but that's the pocket down there. And then it looks like it's got like a shawl collar around it. And it looks like it's only like 3/4 length sleeves, but it will be one that I will be making. Then I threw in a crochet one. It's Shawl Good Cardigan. Because it's like a triangle shawl, but it's got sleeves for like a cardigan. And it is by, gosh, I didn't make sure I could see these. It looks like, I can't read it. I'm not even gonna try. So it's Shawl Good Cardigan. Now there was the back picture, and it's got fringe on it. I will not ever put fringe on there. To me, fringe is a waste of yarn. I'm sorry, haters be haters. I'm sorry. Fringe is a waste of yarn, especially good yarn. And then there's the front. So yeah, get on Ravelry and look at those. Then there's one. I saw this on a podcast I watch. I watch the Caddy Jacks podcast. If you've ever watched them, I know I've mentioned them before. One lives in Madison, Wisconsin, and one lives in, I want to say, Nashville, Tennessee. And so then, like, they commute back and forth. One year, Caddy, who lives in Tennessee, Caitlin, she goes up to Wisconsin and they podcast. And then the next month, who's Jacqueline, she goes down to Tennessee, and they podcast from down there. Right now, they're doing a hello Jackie, hello Caitlin, hi Jackie, hi Caitlin, because Jackie's mom was diagnosed with cancer, I want to say. And so Jackie has not been traveling. So they've been doing these short little episodes on YouTube. So check them out. Caddy Jacks. I'll leave a link down below. Hopefully. But Caddy made this, Caitlin, and it's absolutely gorgeous because it can be worn. It's gorgeous. It's called the Ciorcal. Ciorcal. And Ambalonia somebody. I'm so sorry. But that's the name right there. If you can read that. It is, it was just released last year, June of 2021. It's an Aran, 18 stitches to 4 inches. Yeah. And it's not, so it's only got like the 1 or 2 sizes. But what it is that you start in the center and you knit a big circle. And then when you get to where the arms are at, there's something there that you save stitches and you make the armholes and then you keep on going. So it's a big, huge circle. And what you can do is you can wear it one way where it's long in the back and it's the collar is not huge, or you can flip it around, because so that's what I did here, where the collar isn't as long and as long covering her bottom here. But then if you flip it around and you put this bottom part up here, you've got this big, huge shawl around your neck. And then it's short. It's only like, you know, right in here. It's waist high, which is absolutely fantastic in my mind. You don't always want a big, long sweater. Sometimes you want all the warmth up here around your neck so you can love onto it. And so, anyways, those were the 5 that I had put out. I did already say a goodbye, so I'm going to say a goodbye again. I just came back and acted like I didn't do anything. So, there's that. And y'all have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hello, all my Yarny Goodness friends. It is Pam, and I've been bad. This is my knitting and crochet podcast YouTube channel thing. I was doing Vlogmas. I was trying very, very hard to do every day. And then life happened. And with working till 6 o'clock, wanting to knit, wanting to make dinner, wanting to do all of the things, something had to go by the wayside. And I'm very sorry, but it was you guys. So since I last put up a video, I put up a video, I believe, last Monday. Last Tuesday was the 6th, and my granddaughter's Christmas band concert, well, it was the district-wide band concert, was last Tuesday. I did do some video. I tried editing in and doing a podcast that night, and I'll see if I can put it in here. If I do some editing, I will put some B-roll in of the band concert. She's in the 6th grade, and so yeah, they were amazing for 6th graders. But yeah, then it was just the 7th was nothing to write home about. I worked, and I think that was the night that I was trying to put the Tuesday night podcast up, and my computer just wasn't wanting to do the things. Wasn't wanting to do the things. I think that night I did record, but it just didn't. It just didn't. And then after 2 days, it was so much easier to go the 3rd day without doing it. That day, our big our big commotion at the house was Don broke our ceiling fan. So Friday night, he just broke the pull cord. Easy fix. And Friday night was just work with Don. I worked and then went to dinner with Don. Saturday was just breakfast with some friends. Then we went to Home Depot and bought a new fan because we hated that old fan. That fan had been in the house since we bought the house, and it just wasn't our style, so we bought a new fan. I'm trying to think of what else we did yesterday because I'm recording this Sunday. It escapes me. I think then we came home and we knit. Not we, me. I can't remember what Don did. I think Don was just tired and watched TV, but I'm not positive. Then today we got up and we went grocery shopping yesterday. But today we just got up and we went Christmas shopping and pretty much got everybody done. Got the grandkids done, got the kids done, and we're just waiting to wrap presents tomorrow. I did yesterday, my phone, I don't know where my phone is. I got a text message from one of my granddaughters in Michigan. When I was up there over the summer, I had knit, I've knit three pairs of socks since I started knitting. One pair I wear, and 2 pairs, I didn't make the foot long enough, so they were just tight, and they weren't comfortable on me. There was nothing wrong with them. They were beautiful socks. I loved them, but they just weren't for me. So when I went to Michigan over the summer, I took them up to my two of my granddaughters because they were, girly colors. So my grandson wouldn't have wanted them. Come to find out, he did want socks, but that's another story. So she messaged me, and she accidentally washed and dried them. Well, she probably forgot that I told them not to dry them, and they went in the dryer. And so she texted me, and she's like, "Momo, I need new socks because the ones you made me they're starting to be too small." So I did get a hold of her today and tell her stop drying them. So, but that was the first time she contacted me and told me that she needed new socks and that she was actually wearing them. So that made my heart feel good. My granddaughter is now knit worthy, and so she's got a new pair of socks coming. I started these last night, Saturday night, about 9 o'clock last night. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's very, very vanilla. Let me see. I'll pull it up real quick. I'll probably do more because I'm going to try to do a regular podcast tomorrow, so I don't want to talk about all the knitting that I've done. I'm just going to talk about the socks. Because I do have one finished object. They are DK weight vanilla socks by Kay Litton, Litton. And like I said, it is a free pattern on Ravelry. That's it right there. Can't see. Very good. There we go. Okay. So that was it. Basically, because it was a free pattern. I made the smallest size because that's as big around as my granddaughter is. She's so tiny. So I cast on 40, and I'm really hoping that her little leg fits in there. And then the pattern said to do 30 rows before you did your heel. I did 40 instead of 30. Oh, it looked like laddering in the window, but it's not. And then we did a slip stitch heel, and then the heel turn, and there we go. Bob's your uncle. We're on our way. I gotta go 8 inches from that marker before I start decreasing, and I'm at about 5. So depends on how late I stay up. I might be getting ready to decrease and have a sock done tomorrow, which will be exciting. I am using, they're both knit crate yarn. I do not have the ball band for this green, but I have, let me grab it. I do have a second skein of the other green right there. And it is Udine Rolls Sleek. It's called Unwind, and it's a 55 merino, 30% alpaca, 15% mulberry silk. So it's very soft and silky. Let me see this here. Yeah. Like there. So that's how I'm holding the two of those together. And this one is like a very sagey with the bright green. So it's doing a nice marled effect, you know, that I'm really liking. It's like a spring, the one is like a spring green then with the sage green, I would say. Oh, that's better. See, the bright white looks good for me, but the bright white looks better. I'm sorry. Other way around. Soft white looks better for me. The bright white looks better for my yarn. So you can see that. So, but in the podcast tomorrow, I'm going to talk about, I told my daughter to tell my grandson, I will start some socks for him, but he needs to message me and ask me for socks. So I'm waiting on that. He still hasn't done so. But I think, seeing how she likes to wear my socks, I think I'm going to knit up a couple more pairs so that I've got them ready for her to go. Because they do live in Michigan and it is cold up there. So that's what I've got going on. Let's see. I'm looking at my list of questions and I see what question I'm going to ask. And how about what food and or drink did you leave for Santa growing up? So we always left Mom's chocolate chip cookies because we were told chocolate chip was Santa's favorite cookie. Well, then years later, we come to find out whose real favorite cookie the chocolate chip cookies were. But so I continued that tradition, and with my children, when they would leave cookies up for Santa, it was always chocolate chip and a big old glass of milk. And then, you know, sometimes we would leave stuff for the reindeer. Sometimes we would not. I do remember there being years of leaving some carrots out for the reindeer. So there's that. So, you know, and we've missed a few days. So let's do another one. How about going with the leaving food? Did you leave a note for Santa? Or write Santa? I don't ever remember like writing a letter to Santa before Christmas telling him things that I want. I remember like vaguely Mom and Dad asking what they want, but not really. I remember watching TV commercials and being like, ooh, I want that through the year. But I don't ever remember my parents ever asking for ideas, especially when I was younger. Now, when I got older, maybe a lot of my, I'm wrapped up in this blanket, I'm sorry. A lot of my teen years, I don't remember I don't remember a lot. I don't know why. But I remember on the kitchen table when we would leave out the cookies and milk and whatever we left that night for Santa and the reindeer, like leaving a note to Santa. But I know Santa always wrote us a note back talking about how yummy the cookies were. And it was always on our note that we left. So it wasn't like, somebody wrote it at work. So, but yeah, that was what happened at our house. I did think that our parents did a pretty good job. Yeah. So I am going to leave that there. Hopefully I will put in the one that I recorded already. Maybe I'll put it in before. I never really realized how much editing takes, how hard it is, because I have been editing. But yeah, I think if I do Vlogmas again, it will not be just a spur of the moment decision that I make on November 28th. Again, especially if I'm going to do it every day. If I do it like once a week, then that's one thing. But yeah, not again. Not without some thought. And starting ahead of time. But it's okay. So I'm going to get off of here. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.